part 2. Yeah, so as I was saying, the project that I made was a reconstruction of the Philadelphia experiment, and it was supposed to turn the car invisible. And we were using a high-level magnetic resonance wave around the car that was going to make vibrate whatever it was going to do. Technical term, I didn't know exactly what I was doing. All I know that I transformed my car into a huge resonant magnet coils, and something was going to happen. So my friend behind me, he was recording on a tape recorder, a small tape recorder, because back in those days I didn't have money to buy anything digital. It's all stuff that I had. And he was saying that as the device started, the car, and he wondered if it was his eyes that was getting blurry, or literally the car was getting blurry, and there was like starting to be like wave form around the car that really disturbed the field of vision of the car, and you couldn't make details anymore. You couldn't find details of the car anymore. You couldn't see the logo, you couldn't see the plate, and at one point there was starting to be like a green haze around the car as I was driving, and it was like making like a smoke because I was moving. And he said at one point there was just a white flash and the car literally disappeared with me inside. And where I was, I probably stepped over a ley line. I heard magnetic grid point, and I was driving down the highway. I could see my friend's car behind me, but he couldn't see me. And I saw the car, but there was no driver. And I was looking at the side of the road, and I was trying to focus on everything. I didn't notice that the tree, they were like in winter, like, in winter when the tree has no more foliage, they don't have any more leaves, and there was no more grass. I could only see dirt. And I was wondering, like, where did I travel to? But actually, I didn't travel anywhere. I became a 0 point in time. I was moving through space and time, but at absolute 0 times. So that's what I was witnessing. And as I started to move the dials, I started being a witness to around what time was. And I saw the road as back in the time when it was just constructed. It was brand new. And then I had another flash when I started turning the dials, and I saw like probably the future, and my hands were burning on the wheel as I was looking at the road, and everything was on fire. Like the trees beside the road, the house, everywhere fires, like an intense amount of fire. And at the horizon I could see like not the moon, but something like another planet. Literally, like, it was just like nearby, and everything was on fire, and I was driving by, and my hands were burning on the steering wheel. And I turned the dial again, and then, like, for sure I didn't feel the road being bumpy, but I look at the road, and the road felt like it was destroyed, damaged, and the surrounding, instead of being fields of crops, fields and anything like this, was desert. The mountain that I usually pass around here, the mountain was like shaved off, literally like shaved in half. Every mountain that I looked at, everything was just destroyed. And this is road where I've been all my life, I drove there all my life. And then the fire broke off in the engine. One of the wire that was going from the alternators and the battery to the main battery bank inside the car started to melt and hit the body of the car, and it started shorting out everything. And at this time I was about at Ange Gardien, so I pulled out at the exit, and the car was smoking under the hood, and inside the car was filled with smoke. I lowered the windows, and I pulled off behind a truck stop that was quiet that day. There was anything, and I just had enough time to turn off the engine, and the car was like no more fuel left, and the car just burst on fire. literally like the paint on the car burst in fire. All the winding, the plastic on the wires was burning. So it was quite impressive. It was very impressive. So that's basically what happened to the brossard experiment. As I'm driving here today, 14 years later, I'm amazed I'm still alive. I say next time this is gonna happen, I'm gonna have a more secure vehicle, and I will have more knowledge of what I'm doing to make sure I don't fuck things up like last time. Last time, 14 years ago, I was just a novice. I had no experience in what I was doing. I was just, my skill as a mechanic and car electrician was just getting fine-tuned compared to today's. And yeah, so that's basically what happened to me that day. And when we check out the films, we had because my friend was like 35 feet behind me. When we checked the recording on the tape recorder, there was nothing, just a blank. And my friend says he recorded for like 15 minutes and there was nothing. Everything was erased. And when we checked the films, the camera films, it seems that the flash of light did something to the camera or the films, because on every film there was this white spot on every single film. You could only see the surrounding of the picture, but everything in the middle was just white. I don't know what happened to the films. I showed that to one of my uncle who used to be a photographer, and he said he never seen that in his life. I told him about magnetism, and he said like, magnetic should not affect the camera. Probably the exposure when the flash came in did something to the pellicles, to the films, and it just like the acid reacted to something and it just burned the film, literally. But next time around we'll have more camera and we'll have more than one vehicle. We'll probably be like a fleet of 3 vehicles when that happens. But I doubt I'm gonna use a car next time. It's gonna be like more a fixed subject. I'm gonna be there on time. It's 12:15. 8 minutes already. So I'm back in my old hometown, Maryville. It's been ages since I've been here. It's a nice little quiet place. About 30 kilometers from Montreal. Here, from where we're standing, we can't see Montreal. But when we reach Chambly, we can see Montreal clearly. That shows that the herd has a curvature. People, this disease of idea of that people think that Earth is flat. It's getting to a lot of people. They say like, oh, but when we're on a plane, we don't see the curvature of the Earth. I say, you have to be at 30,000 feet to literally see the curvature. And even there, 30,000 feet is still low. The way you can see, like a proper way you can see, like there is a small curve, is when you go to the side on the seashore, and then you're looking the boat at a distance, and then you can see like the boat is sinking into the sea. That means it's hitting so far away that it's sinking, and the curvature of the Earth. It's like those dumbass with the idea of flat Earth really just blow my mind. Even my friend who's a Jehovah's Witness keeps bugging me with this. Alright, so you have any more proof? Just watch Naz on YouTube. You'll have your proof. You annoying idiot. Earth is round. It's a planet like every other planet. And if you want to see how round it is, just wait until there's a lunar eclipse? No, it's when the Earth is passing in front of the moon, and then you see like Earth is blocking the sun towards the moon, and then you see like how round it is. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for me today. I'll see you guys later, probably tomorrow. Have a good day, everyone.